A squirrel was driven into a corner by a fox tormented by hunger, facing what seemed to be an inescapable fate. As the fox aggressively provoked it, the squirrel prepared for a final act of resistance. At that moment, however, the fox detected an unusual scent and realized that the squirrel was a pregnant mother. The fox, which had appeared determined to attack, hesitated and ultimately withdrew. A young woman who witnessed this remarkably instinctive moment was deeply shocked. Seeing the fox curl up in the cold wind, she felt a surge of sympathy. She purchased some bread nearby and offered it to the fox, which accepted the food politely and cautiously. She assumed the fox would leave after eating, but instead, it followed her back to her yard. Moved by its trust, the woman generously gave the fox a chicken leg she had prepared for her dog. The fox contentedly enjoyed the meal and then left. To her surprise, the fox returned the next day, visibly excited. It brought with it a soccer ball covered in bite marks and stared intently at the woman, as if asking her to accept the gift. Only then did she realize that the fox had brought her its most cherished toy. Touched by this gesture of trust, the woman rewarded the fox with a large chicken wing. The fox happily accepted it, ate in the yard, and rested comfortably afterward. Before it left, the woman even gave it a large pork chop, which the fox carried away with delight. From that day forward, the fox visited the woman's yard daily. She prepared fresh meat for it in various ways, and over time, the once skinny fox grew strong, with a noticeably shinier coat. Wanting to ensure its health, the woman researched the dietary habits of foxes and added fruits to its meals. The fox was not picky and ate everything she prepared. Watching its transformation filled the woman with a sense of fulfillment. Remembering how much the fox enjoyed playing with balls, she bought it a small one and played with it in the yard. As time passed, their bond grew stronger. Whenever there was a knock, she knew the fox had arrived to eat, play, and relax. She cherished every moment spent with it, preparing food daily and playing together whenever she had free time. One day, the woman noticed another fox in the yard. The little fox had brought along its mate. Delighted by this sign of trust, she immediately offered them chicken wings. Upon closer inspection, she noticed that the mate bore signs of injury, likely sustained while surviving in the wild. Understanding the hardships of their lives, she cared for the pair even more attentively. The two foxes were unexpectedly affectionate, often grooming each other, creating a rare and heartwarming scene amid the harsh realities of nature. One day, the woman discovered several baby foxes in her backyard. She then realized that the fox had given birth and made a den beneath the yard's flooring. At first, the mother fox appeared anxious and cautious, afraid her presence might upset the woman. However, the woman did not mind at all, and instead reassured her through gentle actions. Sensing this kindness, the fox gradually relaxed and began freely playing with her young in the yard, filling the space with joy and life. To provide a better living environment, the woman made significant improvements to her backyard, transforming it into an exclusive sanctuary for the fox family. With kindness, the woman supported the foxes throughout their lives, and in return, the foxes responded with trust. The lively figures in the backyard became more than just a playground for the young foxes. They also represented the woman's most tender, comforting, and healing refuge for her soul.